what I decided to do was the marriage and family therapist, and it was very cool because I could find an interview that it was made to a marriage and family counselor. So it was also interesting to see that many of the typical stressors that she found for her, I feel are going to be the ones for me. She was, for example, talking about how hard it can be to be a witness of parents abusing their children, and knowing that there's a limit for you, that you cannot do more than helping the child sometimes, or that you can just listen. And especially because you can see how the things that they are doing now can affect those children in the future. She talked about the typical benefits, which I think it's the reason why we all decide to do this type of career, which is helping the families, helping the people to overcome their problems, to realize that they are able to overcome weaknesses and struggles they have between them in their relationships. Some of the common tasks of the job are working with children and with teenagers that have behavioral problems, people that are suffering depression or anxiety, people that are homosexual, people that are suffering physical abuse, children and also women, marital conflicts, infertility, substance abuse. And another thing I found, some of the things of the main tasks we would have are to observe how people interact within each other in those little family units, evaluate and resolve or help resolve relationship problems. That was one of my favorite. Diagnose and treat psychological disorders within a family context. That was one of my favorites too. Guide clients through transitional crises such as divorce or death, so you help with grief and all those feelings that come from loss, and also help people that have dysfunctional behaviors to kind of get know how to overcome them and get to a healthy alternative for what they are going through. It was really good to see too, really good to find the educational requirements. It just helped me to make a map in my head of the things that I need to do right now to get to that point someday. And it was basically what we have been learning during this class. First, you get a bachelor's, which can be anything basically. But then when you choose to do your master's degree, then that's when you choose, when you need to be sure you want to do the marriage and family counselor or therapist. It also talked about the PhD or whatever it's after that not being necessary to exercise the family and marriage therapy degree. It says that this is what I found. Most states require that the marriage and family therapists complete 2 years of postgraduate supervised work, totally between 2,000 and 4,000 of hours of clinical experience, which varies by the state that you're living in. And it says that in addition, counselors must pass a state-recognized exam and also completed an annual continuing education courses, which I found really, it's hard, but at the same time it's necessary because you always need to be learning about the new things, that the new researches and the new things that are found in order to be a better counselor or a better therapist. I don't think that without that constant training, you can actually develop your whole potential as a therapist. And I found in the interview something very interesting, because somebody asked to this woman that what would be her counsel, her advice for people that are studying this career, and things that maybe she would have liked to know before, or while she was studying like us. She says students can often underestimate the power of a counselor's position. They can underestimate the business aspects too. How long it takes to work on this stuff before you can make a living at it. Contemporary family therapy focuses on wellness, so students come into counseling degree programs unprepared for the extent of actual illnesses. They concentrate on the person's strengths, which is good, but their dysfunctional aspects also have to be dealt with. People are full of anguish and suffering. We need to empower them, but also to be able to help them recognize and change their dysfunctional behavior. And I loved that. It's important to see the positive, but it's also very important to recognize the problem and help them recognize the problem by themselves. What I found in the starting salary range was that it's approximately 48,040, and for an experienced therapist, it can be around 78,900. And that was basically everything that I could find about the marriage and family therapy degree.